B-52's, I wasn't really in the circle of folks that knew them when they were living in Athens and first started playing at a couple of parties. I didn't know about them until the Rock Lobster single came out. I bought that at the record store again. The guy handed me this and was like, "You need this." And I took it home and was like, "What the hell is this? You know, this is like the craziest thing I've heard, Rock Lobster." And it almost seemed like it was a really great guitar riff, but it seemed like a novelty record almost. Like, so there's a lot of people talking about them. Well, meanwhile, they moved to New York. They hop in the car, go play a couple of shows in New York, and they were gone. This is only a few months after the Sex Pistols show. They came back to Athens and played a show at Memorial Hall. And I went to that. Didn't even know what any of the band members looked like. And walked into the dressing room with my camera, and these people were standing around putting weird outfits on and stuff. And I was like, well, this must be the opening band or something. I don't know what this is, but it turned out it was them. They play their set, and again, like the REM thing, maybe even more so, it was shocking how good it was, how different it was. And they're, like they had girls on stick ponies jumping around on stage, with crazy outfits. And of course they had their wigs on, and they had toy pianos that they were playing, and like it was insanity. So again, I shot some pictures of that. I got some good shots, and they went back to New York a month or so later. They came down, and we were all at Tyrone's seeing REM. And Chris Rasmussen, my buddy, Cindy Wilson was there seeing REM, and her boyfriend, Keith Bennett. So Chris introduced me to them. Somehow he'd met them. And we just sort of hit it off. And they wound up getting in the car with me the next day, and the next night I took them to a fraternity party out at this lake where there was this wild show going on, and there was a soul band playing beach music and Sugar Pie Honey Bunch and all that sort of stuff, which they had never witnessed a soul band. And this is like they were playing like the Tams and things like that. So they loved seeing that, and the chaos. They'd never seen a bunch of frat people in action before. So we go back, and they jump on the plane and head back to New York. But when they left, they gave me their phone number and said, we live outside of town in New York, so we don't have anybody ever come see us, so why don't you, if you come to New York, come and see us. It was 4th of July weekend, and this girl that I had one date with, that I had sort of a crush on, runs off with somebody else to Six Flags and deserts me. So I was so ticked off about it that all right, I'm gonna call B-52's in New York and see if they want me to come, if I can come and see them. So I call them, I ring them up on the phone, and they're like, sure, we've got nothing to do all weekend. Come on up. So I jumped on a plane, took my camera, went up there. I was in school that quarter, but it was just the weekend. I thought I'll just go hang out for the weekend and come back, go back to school. Well, I went up there, and they were working on recording the Mesopotamia album. And David Byrne was there. Initially, he was going to be the producer of that thing. All of a sudden, I'm there with all the B-52's at their lake house, David Byrne. I went up staying for 2 weeks. I had to call my professor back at UGA and say, hey, let's work something out on my grade. I'm going to have to withdraw. He's like, fine, no problem. I get back, and he's like, here's your grade. It's an F. Like, I thought we were going to work something out. He's like, you know what we did? Here's your grade. They allowed me to photograph them for 3 or 4 days, and I went and borrowed some lights and some other cameras, and I wound up shooting 3 or 4 really nice photos of the group and some individual shots, and had all kind of fun with that. I was hoping might get an album cover out of that thing, but they wound up using some other artwork for that cover. But they used my photos for the press kit.